Hello everybody, this is Jeff Sutherland and we're back here at the 22nd Annual Golden Boot Awards, and I tell you what, it's beautiful at Sheraton Universal, and we're all happy here because one of the guests that I always wanted to talk to, I understand that she's going to be in Lone Pine later on this year.
Yes,
looking forward to that. Her name is Kim Darby. Kim, thank you for coming on the show.
Well, you're so welcome. I'm very glad to be here.
Well, Kim, I've seen you at the Ray and Sharon Hollywood Collectors Show a little earlier in the year, and I got a signed True Grit movie poster from the one and only Kim Darby, and that had to be a lot of fun.
Yes, I did. Ray's wonderful, and his wife is wonderful, and I had a great time.
You know, Kim, you know, John Wayne did so many great movies like The Searchers and The Quiet Man and The San Zimino Jing. But in 1969, he did a very special Western, Hal Wallace Productions, with Glenn Campbell along with Kim Darby. The movie was called True Grit. John Wayne won an Oscar.
Yes, he did.
And Kim, how was that to work on?
Oh, it was just wonderful, wonderful experience. I wish I'd done better on it all, but it was just a wonderful time for me, and I will remember it, of course, for all of my life. And he was just beautiful. Wonderful.
Was he delightful with you?
He's a wonderful, wonderful man.
Well, Kim, I thought your role came across very well, and not just because you're standing here, but I mean, it just seemed very believable little character, a little aspiring gal who wanted to get the killer. And Jeff Corey, by the way, we just lost him about a year ago. I interviewed him a few years back. But you know, it's one of the classic movies, and a lot of people say, well, they gave it to John Wayne because they didn't get... No. True Grit was a tremendous performance by the legendary John Wayne.
Yes.
And Kim, you did a wonderful job in that.
Thank you very much. Very, very, very much.
Now, Glenn Campbell, you still see him?
No, I haven't seen Glenn in a lot of years.
Well, what does the Golden Boot mean to you, Kim Darby?
Well, I just think it's wonderful to be a part of and share with the Motion Picture Fund. And I don't go to these things very often, so I'm enjoying it.
Well, I tell you, I won't take any more of your time. I know you're busy meeting other fans, and go to a great dinner tonight here at the Sheraton Universal. And I want to thank and one and only Kim Darby for coming on. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
hon.
Take care, Doc.
God bless you. And my co-host is Charlene.
Hello.
And welcome aboard, Charlene.
Thank you.
And my first guest, I'll tell you what, he's a familiar face to millions of television viewers. Not only his days from David Crockett, Daniel Boone, a fantastic actor, wonderful businessman, and this is Mr. Fess Parker.
Jeff, nice to be on the show.
Mr. Parker, you know, can I call you Fess?
Fess,
well, that sounds good. Fess, you know, all the great Golden Boot Awards, I know I interviewed you about 3 years ago. And what does the Golden Boot Awards mean to you, Fess?
Well, it means that there are a lot of people who support the Western and what the values were in those films. And I'm not just talking about a moral value, I'm talking about seeing America, seeing the mountains, the prairies, the deserts, and the beauty of the horses and the riders. The stories, they were wonderful pictures and stimulated so many young people, you know, to do other things. So I don't know if it's ever going to come back. I hope it does, because I know there's an audience for it, and I don't know why the people who make films today are not really considering that. You know, they make one every once in a while, but not like it wasn't that way back in the 50s and 60s and so on.
You started out in the golden age of television, and you know, Walt Disney, they couldn't, I don't think they was able to know how much merchandising went along with Davy Crockett, did they?
They didn't understand and didn't think about it, I don't think, the power of Walt Disney's name and the opportunity for him to put some shows on the air that you know, were useful to him. I think it was all a part of that universal thing that happens in each of our lives. It happened for Walt Disney. Everything he did in that the last part of the middle 50s, it was like it'd been planned forever.
Yeah.
And it just worked beautifully, and I was happy to be a part of it.
And Walt Disney, what kind of a man was he? Would you see a down-to-earth, real wonderful guy to work for?
I liked him a lot. He was my only boss for a couple of years until I asked for a raise.
Hey, Chris, what was the ideal from switching from Davy Crockett to Daniel Boone? How did that come about?
In 1964, Walt Disney had the #1 show on television, Sunday nights, and Wonderful World of Disney, and NBC asked if I would play Davy Crockett for some more adventures. And Walt had 5 hours of those films, and he wasn't sure what would happen with that character with me. Anyone could have played it.
Well, I don't know. Not as good as you, though.
Well, he just didn't want me to do that. So NBC said, well, why don't you do Daniel Boone? And I was shocked. I said, you know, I'm going to show up in a different place with a different wife and a different family, different name. Am I in the witness protection program?
With the same cat.
And the same cat.
Well, you know, you're here to give a special award. Tell our audience the award that you're giving here tonight.
Well, when I was in college at the University of Texas, I became interested in what was going on in the drama department because I was going with a girl who was in the drama department. And incidentally, she was a roommate of Morgan Woodward's future wife, as it turned out. And so I went to see some of the plays, and I remember seeing Pat Hingle play a grizzled old sea captain. And I was struck by how powerfully he portrayed that in a small production in the drama department. And we met and said hello for a long, long time, and then we graduated, and he went to New York, and I came out here.
Well, that's beautiful. So Pat Hingle will be the one getting the award.
Yep, he is one of the most eligible people I could think of. I have to congratulate the committee for inviting me.
Well, I want to thank you, Fess. Charlene, I know you're a big fan of Mr. Parker.
Oh, definitely. I watched Davy Crockett. I grew up with Davy Crockett. And it's such an honor to meet you and Daniel.
Thank you, Fess. I know you're busy, and giving that award, and have a nice dinner.
Thank you very much.
Fess Parker, everybody. All right.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, we're all delighted. My co-host is Terry. Hi, Terry.
Howdy.
In the middle here is, I'll tell you what, familiar faces, millions of television viewers, as well as moviegoers. We all know him and love him from Dallas and all those great episodes of Gunsmoke. Morgan, you were in so many episodes. How many episodes were you in Gunsmoke?
I did 19 episodes in 10 years. The show lasted 20 years, but I had a casting problem with I had a problem with the casting director for the first 10 years. But in the last 10 years, I was brought in, and I did 19 Gunsmokes in 10 years, which was more than any other actor in the entire 20-year history.
Well, it makes me kind of, you know, I get a kick out of you because sometimes you come with big whiskers, and sometimes you're clean-shaven, and sometimes you have the handlebar, but different looks, but same character, same man.
Man of 1,000 faces.
I want to ask you how you handled all those beautiful women on Dallas.
Well, you think I want to give away my secret?
Probably not. You're a smart man, so probably not.
They're wanting to know how I handled all those beautiful women. Delicately.
Delicate.
My kind of man.
I got a big kick out of you when you were in the little film with John Wayne and the Lucy episode, too. That was a great one.
Well, that was a lot of fun. That was great fun.
You know, this also, I wanted to say at this time, I haven't seen you since we lost Ann Miller, and I know you were very close to Ann Miller.
Yes.
And big loss.
Yes, it certainly was. Ann and I were the best of friends for 35 years. Yep. And it's not just a terrible loss for me, it's a terrible loss for everyone who knew and loved her. She's a great lady.
And you're here for a special thing tonight, Morgan, here at the Golden Boot?
Well, I've been here ever since the Golden Boot started. I think this is the 22nd year?
Yes, it is.
22nd year. And I'm making a presentation to the History Channel tonight. But I'm especially glad to be here tonight because I've got two of my old schoolmates, Fess Parker and Pat Hingle.
Pretty good company.
Oh, I want to tell you, and Pat should be here, and you sure want to get. We want to
get Pat Hingle.
He has had absolutely the most fabulous career of any actor I can think of, and we're all schoolmates. Dean Smith, Pat Hingle, Fess, me, L.Q. Jones, and others that you'll hear about tonight.